is a version of you that you still punish. Not the person you are today. The one who has learned, grown, tried again. The one from years ago. The one who said the wrong thing. Who failed when it mattered. Who did not yet know what they know now. You carry them like a verdict. As if one chapter, written in confusion or pain, has the authority to define the entire book. But here is what no one told you clearly enough. The person you are ashamed of does not live anywhere except in memory. And memory is not where you are. You are here, now. And what you do with this moment is the only thing that has ever had the power to change who you become. Jiddu Krishnamurti spent his life pointing at a single radical fact. Psychological time, the mental habit of living in what was and what might be, is the primary source of human suffering. Not clock time, not the useful memory of how to find your way home. Psychological time, the inner replay, the story that says, "This is who I am, because this is what I did." Krishnamurti would ask, can you observe that story without becoming it? Can you see the shame, the regret, the identity of the one who failed, and recognize that the observer and the observed are not separate? The moment you truly see the pattern, not judge it, not fix it, just see it with complete clarity, something loosens. Because what is fully seen cannot continue to operate in the dark. James Allen arrived at the same truth from a different door. He wrote that a person does not become their past. They become their present thinking, continuously, moment by moment, not eventually. Now, every time you return to the old story, I am the one who ruined that. You are not reviewing history. You are creating identity. You are telling the universe, through the only language it understands, repeated inner conviction. This is still who I am. Allen would say, you cannot change what was planted in an earlier season, but you can stop watering the identity that grew from it. Krishnamurti called it freedom from the known. Allen called it the mastery of thought. Tolle would later call it presence. Different words, same threshold. The past has no address. You cannot go back and unlive it. You can only stop living from it, right now. Eckhart Tolle offers the most practical question in all of spiritual psychology. Can you feel the part of you that is still living in a moment that no longer exists? The pain body, Tolle's term for the accumulated emotional residue of old wounds, does not live in the past. It lives in you now, every time the memory is fed with fresh attention. The shame you feel when someone mentions that year, the cringe that rises uninvited, the inner voice that says, they know what you really are. That is not the past haunting you. That is the past being reenacted by a mind that has not yet understood that the only moment in which healing can occur is this one. And here is the crack in the whole structure. The shame you carry is not evidence of who you are. It is evidence of a story you have not yet stopped telling. Feel that for a moment. Not as an idea, as a possibility. What if the person you were, confused, frightened, unskillful, human, was never the final word on who you are? What if they were simply a chapter, and you have been rereading it as though it were the whole book? James Allen would add, the chapter changes the moment the narration changes, not through affirmations pasted over wound, through the quiet, continuous choice of a new inner sentence. I am learning. I am not that person anymore. I am what I am becoming, right now. These are not platitudes. They are acts of creation. Tolle and Allen converge here with Krishnamurti. You are not a fixed thing that once failed. You are a living process, and processes change the moment the energy fueling them changes. You are being created now. In every thought you repeat, in every story you refuse to rehearse, in every moment you choose presence over the familiar ache of an old identity. Krishnamurti once said that truth is a pathless land, that no method, no teacher, no technique can carry you to freedom. Freedom begins when you stop accepting the verdict of a mind that is still running old footage. Not when you understand this intellectually. When you refuse, in a single ordinary moment, to go there again. Tolle deepened the invitation. Allen operationalized it. Krishnamurti cut through it. Be here now means stop recruiting the present to serve the past. You do not owe your old mistakes a lifetime of identification. You owe the present your full attention, because this is the only place where a different person is actually being born. The shame you carry is not humility. It is not accountability. It is not proof that you have a conscience. It is a weight you were never meant to carry forever. Accountability happened, or it didn't, in the moment the action occurred. What remains now is choice. Will you continue to build an identity from a memory? Or will you let the photograph dissolve and stand in the open hands of who you actually are today? Krishnamurti, Tolle, and Allen, a philosopher of freedom, a teacher of presence, and a master of inner causation, all arrive at the same door. You are not who you were. You never were only that. And the moment you stop insisting otherwise, the future becomes unrecognizable. Let's practice this together, gently, without forcing anything. Bring to mind the version of yourself you still judge, the moment, the mistake, the identity you have not forgiven. Do not argue with it. Do not explain it away. Just notice. Where do you feel it in your body? Chest, throat, stomach, somewhere else. Now ask, not with your mind, but with your attention. Is this feeling happening in the past? Or is it happening now? It is happening now, which means it is being maintained now, which means it can be released now, not by denial, but by no longer feeding it with your identity. Place one hand on your heart. Say silently or aloud, that was a chapter. It is not my name. Breathe. I am not who I was. I am what I choose in this moment to become. Stay for 3 breaths. You do not need to feel completely free tonight. You only need to stop signing the old name at the bottom of today's page. That is enough. That is the beginning of everything. The person you were did the best they could with what they knew. The person you are has something they did not have. This moment, use it. If this opened something in you, subscribe and continue the crossing with us. Each week, another threshold, from the old story into the life that is actually being born. Until next time, put down the name you have outgrown and walk forward.